Hi, today's good person to know is Jonathan Chippindale. He's CEO of Holition. They leverage the power of cutting-edge 3D digital solutions for retail experiences and create augmented retail apps for in-store, mobile and online use. So what does this all mean? Well, have a look at this video. It's absolutely mind-blowing how far technology has advanced. Do you remember the time when cynics would say e-commerce wouldn't take off, that people would continue to shop because they wanted to try things on? Well, that of course changed to people going into the shops, trying things on and then pulling out their smartphones and making the purchase online. Well, thanks to technology like this, you don't even have to physically try it on anymore. No, you don't. The example that Jonathan gives in this video is of a woman trying on different shades of lipstick without physically putting it on, and that helps countries like China where they just don't try lipsticks on for hygiene reasons. He also gave an example of a man wearing a t-shirt and then being able to select different colours as to what suited him best. And what really made me smile was an example that he gave of a man proposing to his girlfriend outside this window, and he doesn't have a ring with him but says to her to put her hand out in front of this screen and then she can try on the different rings there and then once she's made that decision as to which one she wants, the shop assistant pops outside with exactly that ring that she'd chosen. And how surreal is that moment? Jonathan also gives an example of a virtual digital fashion show which Net-a-Porter used in their pop-up shop, and the beauty of this was that all the items were linked directly to their website, so once people had liked an item they were able to just press buy. For me personally, it just showed me how far technology has advanced and that we really do need to embrace it. So I hope you enjoy this video and thank you for watching.
It's very difficult to go into a store and try on huge amounts of lipstick, and actually if you're in China you couldn't even try on one piece of lipstick because in China people are so worried about personal hygiene. She's put her face in front of her camera, we're tracking her lips, and then you'll see her being able to start putting on different colour lipstick. Now, we always do proof of concepts. We're doing this for a major global cosmetic group, one of the largest in the world, and it's gone on several stages from there, and at some point quite soon this will all be available on your iPhone. If you can find a technology that allows you, in this case, to try on a large number of items of lipstick, then I think that's helping the purchase process. And obviously it's a process that can happen outside of the shop. All she's doing is just putting her hand in front of a webcam, and she's got a ring now, a digital ring attached to her finger. The jewellery counter in Bloomingdale's is tucked away, a bit like a pop-up shop, tucked away at the back of the shop. Doesn't really get a huge amount of traffic. So we identified an area where 6 escalators all meet, and as people were coming down the escalator they would see these screens and see people trying on jewellery. They would have a go, and then they would get engaged and off they would go, and they would be sent off to the area where they could buy the jewellery. On the street, and there'd be these screens facing out into the street, and he would say, "Will you marry me?" She would say, "Absolutely I will, but where's the ring?" And he'd say, "Just put your hand in front of them." And a girl would run out with that product, and it was all live on music. With your iPad, it recognises these individual markers and just puts a model on that marker as if she's standing there. So you end up with a sort of virtual digital fashion show, if that makes sense. And each of these markers is slightly different. So the way the client used this was a pop-up. What they did is that they took over a hotel in Victoria and they had a whole series of plinths, like tree stumps, or put all over the place in a really interesting way, with each of the markers on top of these stumps, so that people could then just walk around with their iPad. And the iPad becomes a bit like a window, so you can look through at the marker, but you can see a sort of digital fashion show. Easy and actually relatively inexpensive way of bringing fashion actually into your store. This is the way that Net-a-Porter did it, using a free app called Erasma. But it's another way of looking at exactly the same thing. So here's their pop-up shop. It was in Mount Street and simultaneously in New York. You can point your mobile at an item, it recognises that item, and it shows a model wearing that item, and it allows you to click and go straight to the URL of the Net-a-Porter website where you can then buy that item. Point the iPad, recognise the dress in the background, there's a model wearing it, there's the Buy Now button, which takes you straight to the URL. And on the app that we did, the one before with the virtual fashion show, we didn't do it for them, but very simply we would then touch the clothes, and then you could then again go straight to the URL of the website where you could then ultimately buy those clothes. And I think Net-a-Porter did this because actually, as are a lot of online retailers, and ASOS who we are always having conversations with, are very similar. They really miss the fun and the excitement of talking to customers and seeing happy people. I mean, James Hart, who's the commercial director for ASOS, he's never seen or met an ASOS customer other than those he meets at dinner parties. So he hasn't got that kind of really intimate, wow, that's a really great product and I really enjoy interacting with it. This is Vans trainers, and I show this because one of the things that we're very passionate about at Holition, and that's a dreadful word, but I use it in the right sense here, we're very passionate about the context, and if technology doesn't have a context, then again it becomes a gimmick. So technology has to be embedded into the very fabric of a shop, and if you don't do that, it really sticks out. With this one, you can try on virtual trainers, and every time somebody takes a photograph of themselves wearing a trainer, which all our applications do because they all link into social media, we get a photograph sent to us in London, and we very quickly look at the photograph and just see how the shoes are tracking. And here they are. And actually what was really nice is, again, I said we come from luxury. What we've got with Vans is a really fun view of how technology works at another level, rather than these kind of lofty sort of French old-fashioned retailers. We've just got people celebrating the fact that they're wearing Vans shoes. This is a pop-up shop. There isn't enough product actually on display in the store, which is why you can try on augmented reality trainers. There are 120 different styles here. And you've got people dancing and jumping in the air, and you've got people doing breakdancing and kids holding hands and waving in the air. Uniqlo came to us because they're all about colour. And they wanted to know whether you could try on a product, a Uniqlo product, and see that in different colours. And so here's our proof of concept. Russell here, he's still wearing a green t-shirt, but he can change that green t-shirt into whatever colour he wants, as he will do now. So when we did this project, Uniqlo hadn't worked out what their full colour range was going to be for the autumn. So we put this infinite colour wheel in here, just to demonstrate to Uniqlo that we could do any colour and colour wasn't an issue. And then this is what it looks like in store. So this is Alex, one of the production team, standing in front of the mirror. And here's a little film here of Russell. So again, he's standing in front, he's wearing this sort of red puffer jacket here. Using a Kinect, it recognises that somebody is standing in front of the mirror, starts this screen, and there's an iPad here, which is basically just their website. And you can click, or somebody can click on the different colours of that product, and then change that product into, or change the product that he's wearing into the colour of the product on the website.